Okay, for this lesson, we're going to talk about the natural sign. But before we can talk about that, we need to talk about accidentals. What are accidentals? Accidentals are added signs which temporarily alter the pitch of notes. The effect of accidental signs lasts only within the measure they appear. Okay? Now, what is a natural sign? The natural sign, and this is what it looked like, is used to cancel a sharp or flat. It means to play the natural key, the white key. Frequently, a natural sign is used as a reminder in the next measure. Okay? So we'll talk about all of that. What I'm going to do is scroll us down here, and I'm going to talk as I hit some keys to add some clarity to what I'm talking about. So we look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 measures here. And if you're not familiar with sharps and flats, and if you're not familiar with measures, then I do have some theory lessons that basically talk about that. You need to stop this video and go back to that and then come back here. And that way you have a better understanding of everything that I'm talking about. So, as you notice here, you have a C sharp, a C sharp, then you have the natural sign by the C, meaning revert back to the natural C, revert back to the C, the white key. Then you have the C here. So if you're playing this piece, it would go like this. You go C, C sharp, back to the natural C, C, natural C, okay? So it'll be C, C sharp, back to the natural C, 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 okay? Now, if you're playing, and that's all within this measure. Now, say if you're up and you're playing the G, you go G, G flat. That's telling you what to go back to the natural, go back to the G, to the white key, G, G. So it's very simple. You look at this as almost is a director. It's almost telling you, hey, go back to the natural, go back to the white key, go back to that natural key. Okay. So again, it would be like the G, G flat, back to the natural, G, G. Now that's all happening within the measures here, within this measure, within this measure. Now, sometimes you can be playing a piece, and for instance, here you have the E, 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 then you have the E sharp, but leaving outside of this measure, now you have an E here. So there's a natural sign before that E. This is almost like a memory tickler. You know, it's like it's telling you, hey, go back, revert back to that natural key, revert back to that white key. So that's pretty much, again, as the definition stated, the effects of accidental signs last only within the measure they appear, and that's again, only within the measure they appear. So once if this natural sign wasn't here, and you played the E, 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 C sharp, excuse me, E, 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 E sharp, and then if this natural sign wasn't here and you had the E there, well, this would be a natural E that you would play, because what did it say? The effects of the accidental signs last only within the measure they are played. This natural sign is an accidental sign, so it's saying that once you leave outside of this measure, it doesn't last anymore. That sharp doesn't affect it anymore, unless you go into this measure here and it has this as a E sharp. Okay? So let me back it up a minute and I'm trying to keep it simple here. So you have the E, 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 E sharp, and this is telling you go back to the natural E, which is the white key. Again, even though when you leave out this measure, and if this natural key wasn't, this natural sign wasn't here, this would be a E the white key. Okay. So, okay, I don't want to confuse it. We just leave it at that. So, here's where you play would be like E, 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 E sharp. Now it's telling you go back to the natural E, 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 F, G. Okay. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing else I want to add other than just don't confuse it, because this natural key here is just a reminder that, hey, even though you leave outside of this measure, and this is help people. Sometimes you have this is only 4 measures. You might have a piece you're playing that's 10 measures long, 12 measures long, 20 measures long, 30, 40, whatever it may be, very long. And as you're hitting these sharps and flats and so forth, this, when you see that natural sign there, it automatically tell you, hey, revert back to that natural key, revert back to that natural key. So this is definitely a helpful reminder. But as it stated up there, the accidental signs last only within the measure they are played. So even if this, if you run across a piece on some sheet music, and that's why I'm kind of talking about this again, if you run across a piece on some sheet music that doesn't have this natural key here, then what would you do? You would play the E, the E, the E, the E sharp, and you would play the natural, even if it doesn't have the natural sign there. Because why? Because the effects of accidental signs last only within the measure they appeared. So you're leaving out of this measure. So this is kind of like done. It's kind of like over. This is like a temporary modification to this note. You're temporarily modifying it. So once you leave this measure to go to this measure, it would automatically, if this natural sign wasn't here, it would automatically revert to the natural key. But they have the natural sign there to just help you along, to say, hey, remember, it's almost like a reminder. I'm reminding you, revert back to the E natural. Hey, I'm reminding you, revert back to the E natural. Hey, I'm reminding you, Mr. G flat, revert back to the G. Hey, I'm reminding you, Mr. C sharp, revert back to the C. So hopefully I didn't confuse the issue, and hopefully something within this lesson has enlightened you. And until the next lesson, you take care of yourself and have a blessed life.